Thank you, sir. Now, to start this beautiful morning, I would like to call upon the Chairman of Space Week Committee and Head of GLC-RD Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, Sri R. Ramkumar sir, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning to one and all. சொல்வாய்ந்த பாரதத்தை தோளில் அரங்காக்க வில்லாய்ந்த என்றன் விரல் நாட்டை கல்லாய்ந்த விண்ணுயர் நல்லி மர வெட்பாலை நெஞ்சமே மண்ணில் உயர்ந்தாலற்று வாழ்த்து பாரதம் பாரத தேசம் விரல் நாடு வலிமை மிகுந்த தேசம் என என் முதல்கண் வணக்கம் பாரத தேசத்திற்கு. Very warm greetings to all the participants and the audience gathered here for this wonderful World Space Week celebrations 2022. World Space Week is an international celebration of science and technology and its contribution to the betterment of human race. World Space Week is the largest annual event in the world which helps to inspire young students, demonstrate public about the space activities and educate the public about the space benefits, and also fosters the international cooperation in space outreach and its education. Every year, a theme is selected by the World Space Week Association, and this year the theme is Space and Sustainability. According to the United Nations, the World Space Week will focus on achieving sustainability in space. That is the motive of this year actually. Space exploration and remote Earth observation can help to drive changes in our home planet, Earth. This includes measuring climate change, identifying pollution on land and sea, and supporting agriculture, and so on and so forth. Many applications are there in the field of space science, which my other people will be demonstrating. Coming to ISRO, and in particular the Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, which is the only spaceport of India that is responsible for providing the launch-based infrastructure for this Indian space program. This center has 2 launch pads, gigantic solid propellant processing facility, launch vehicle integration and operations facilities, range operations that include telemetry, tracking and mission control centers. Every year we, the ISRO and particularly the Sriharikota people, we organize World Space Week celebrations in 4 places across, in 4 states actually, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa and Pondicherry. So this year we have come here to Vellore actually to celebrate this World Space Week event. So I am very much honored and feel proud to stand in front of this august audience in such an elite institution, Vellore Institute of Technology. And I thank the management for supporting our event in this great institution. So now I feel privileged on this great occasion to welcome our chief guest of the day, Mr. Rajiv Singh, Executive Director of BHEL, Ranipet, who has immediately agreed to inaugurate this event and who is from a scientific background also. He has distinguished career spanning more than 33 years and served in various key positions on various functions. Hearty welcome, sir. Our team would like to extend special welcome to our guest of honor, Mr. Syed Hamid, Deputy Director, Vehicle Assembly and Launch Facilities, Sriharikota, ISRO, who is son of this soil actually. He is from Mandavasi here and presently leading an entity at Sriharikota and who is an expert in solid motor processing. I welcome you, sir. I would like to welcome Mr. Viswanathan, Chancellor, Vellore Institute of Technology, Vellore, under whose leadership VIT has emerged as a vibrant institution. Hearty welcome, sir. And thank you also for providing this space for conducting this event. I would also like to welcome Mr. Shankar Viswanathan, Mr. Shekhar Viswanathan and Mr. G.K. Velvam, the Vice Presidents of Vellore Institute of Technology. Welcome you all, sir. I extend my warm welcome to Mr. Munusamy, the Chief Education Officer, Vellore, and he has the backbone for taking this events arrangements to the schools in Vellore. Hearty welcome, sir. I would also like to welcome Mr. Narayanan, the Pro VC, whom I have met first here and then who has readily accepted to organize this event here and who has guided the teams here to make these arrangements. Welcome, sir. Last but not the least, the students as well as the staff members of Vellore Institute of Technology. I welcome you all for this great event and let us wish you all a happy and cherishable moment in the forthcoming 3 days. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We request our Honorable Chancellor, Sir Dr. D. Vishwanathan, to honor the chief guest, Sri R. Rajiv Singh Ji, Executive Director, BHL, Ranipet, with a shawl.
Thank you, sir.
We now request our Chancellor, Sir, to honor a guest of honor, Sri A. Shahid Hamid, Sir, Deputy Director, VALF, Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, with a shawl. And a memento.
Thank you, sir.
We now request our Vice President, Shankar Vishwanathan, Sir, to honor Sri K. Munnuswamy, Sir, Chief Educational Officer, Vellore, with a shawl.
Thank you, sir.
I would now like to request our Vice President, G.V. Selvam, Sir, to honor Sri R. Ramkumar Ji, Chairperson, Space Week Committee, with a shawl.
Thank you, sir. We would now request the guest of honor, Sri A. Syed Hamid, sir, to honor our Chancellor, sir, with a memento.
Thank you, sir.
We would now request the guest of honor, Shri Syed, sir, outstanding scientist and deputy director, to honor our chief guest, Shri Rajiv Singh Ji, with a memento.
Thank you, sir.
We would now request Syed, sir, to honor Vice President, Mr. Shankar Vishwanathan, sir, with a memento.
Thank you, sir. We would now like to request R. Ramkumar, sir, to kindly honor our Vice President, G.V. Selvam, sir, with a memento.
Thank you, sir. We would now request Sri R. Ramkumar, sir, to honor the Chief Educational Officer, Sri K. Munnuswamy, sir, with a memento.
Thank you, sir.
Now we have a short video for our audience from Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. Could we have the video, please?
Thank you for the delightful video. I would now request our esteemed Chancellor, sir, to kindly release the World Space Week kit.
Thank you, sir. We heartily welcome our guest of honor, Shri A. Syed Hamid, sir, an outstanding scientist, Deputy Director, VALF, Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota. Sir has completed his BE Mechanical from Bharatiya University and has a PG Diploma in both Management and Operational Management. Sir has been working in ISRO since December 1986 and has a 36 years of experience in the production of various rocket motors for ISRO mission. Now we request Sir to kindly address the gathering.
Good morning to all. Respected Executive Director BHEL, Ranipet, and the Chief Guest of this today's function, Sri Rajiv Singh, Chancellor VIT, Sri Dr. G. Vishwanathan Sir, Vice Presidents of VIT, and Sri R. Ramkumar, Chairman World Space Organizing Committee, Sri K. Muttuswamy, Chief Education Officer Vellore, and Pro Vice Chancellor and Registrar of VIT, and distinguished professors, dear students, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to all once again. At the outset, on behalf of Satish Dhawan Space Center Management, I would like to thank Vice Chancellor VIT for agreeing to co-host this event in this prestigious institution, and also I would like to thank Sri Rajiv Singh for kindly agreeing to be with us on this occasion. World Space Week, as you are aware, it is celebrated between October 4th and 10th, and these two events dates signifies very important event happened in the space science and technology. 4th is the day, October 4th, 1957, the launch of the Sputnik, the first man-made satellite, was made to explore the outer space. And almost after a decade, in October 10th, 1967, a treaty was made to use outer space in a very conducive manner. These are all the two important dates together made and then formed as a World Space Week celebration. United Nations are declared, and we at Satish Dhawan Space Center celebrate this event at every year at various institutions, particularly targeting students who are going to be the backbone of this country. As already told by Mr. Ramkumar about World Space Week purpose, it is to educate the public about the space activities, to build up required workforce for future by inspiring students, and to foster international cooperation. And in line with this, the various ISRO centers located at various across the country, like Trivandrum, Mahendragiri, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, at different locations, they conduct World Space Week celebrations, and we have taken the responsibility in 4 states, and we always conduct the program in a very grand manner. In-person meetings we used to have it. But last 2 years, due to the due to the COVID pandemic situations, we have conducted this event. We didn't stop it, but conducted this event through online. And this year, we have come back with in-person meetings, and we should be very thankful to those who have made this possible, like all those doctors, nurses, and medical fraternity people, public health workers, administration, who are all involved in this activity, made the pandemic to go off and made this to happen here. We should be very thankful to them for this to happen. As you are aware, during the Cold War time, the two superpowers, both USA and USSR, they are very intensively involved in the space race. That is to demonstrate the supremacy in aerospace capabilities, mainly for that military purpose, not for this type of the welfare of the people or something like that. They wanted to demonstrate who is superpower. But during that time itself, almost in 1960s, you can imagine a visionary from India called Vikram A. Sarabhai, who is called also the father of Indian space program. He has envisioned that the space is a very important role to play for the national development. He could think of at that time itself, almost 70 years before itself, 60, 70 years before itself, he could thought about that, and he emphasized on having a separate space program for India. You can imagine at that time what would have been the type of socio-economic situation at that time, where that time India was passing through, and somebody thinking about using this space as an important tool for national development. You can imagine what type of visionary he was. And due to his very untiring and efforts and a very inspiring leader, he was a very inspiring leader, and he made this organization to come into place during August 15, 1969. It was formally announced as Indian Space Research Organization. But actually activity started much before in 1962 as in-course SPAR under the Atomic Energy Commission. Under that it was carried out. And ISRO fortunately had very, very inspiring leaders. As already I told Dr. Vikram A. Sarabhai, and we had Professor Satish Dhawan, Professor U.R. Rao, and many more visionaries were there who continuously inspired and led this organization to this level. And because of their leadership qualities, and they gave a very good culture to this organization, that culture has made us to perform and realize very, very useful programs for this common man to take advantage of the space related activities. And this organization is being continuously led by very inspiring leaders even till today. That's why we could get into many more programs apart from launching a regular communication and remote sensing satellites. Due to their vision and their continuous leadership, India has achieved self-reliance, I can say, in both launch vehicle and satellite technologies, and the programs are always planned aiming at the common man's purpose, needs. We have an operational launch vehicle called PSLV, which is a highly reliable and a very versatile launch vehicle, and which has carried hundreds of satellites of both national and international needs. And we have a GSLV Mark vehicle, which is meant for a communication satellite purpose. And we have LVM-3 machine, which is also meant for a communication satellite, which can carry about 4,000 kg class of satellites into orbit. Apart from these launch vehicles, we are also developing two more vehicles, a on-demand launch vehicle called a small-scale launch vehicle, which can carry smaller satellites meant for many scientific missions into low Earth orbits. And also a very prestigious program is coming up in the name of Gaganyaan. We have a series of satellites, different class of satellites. The INSAT series of satellites are there for telecommunication, broadcasting, meteorology, development of education. We have remote sensing satellites for the management of natural resources, forestry, marine fisheries, coastal and disaster management, cartography, and many more applications it can be used. We are also have a constellation of navigation satellites, which is now it is named as NAVIC system, and which will come into operation very shortly. Moving beyond, instead of just waiting for this, moving beyond, ISRO has developed multiple satellite technologies. Not only that a single satellite is launched, we have demonstrated launching more than 100 satellites in a single vehicle. And also we have the capability to launch satellites in a single mission at 2 different orbits. That type of capabilities also we have developed. And we have executed interplanetary mission, as all of you are aware, as a Mars orbiter mission, and the first attempt, which was a huge success, and the mission which was envisaged for just 6 months lasted almost 8 years, and very recently it was decommissioned after giving lot of useful data. And similarly, the Chandrayaan mission was also a success at the first instant, and it made a very important scientific discoveries. We also had many scientific scientific missions for studying astrophysics, like AstroSat and other things. Looking forward, very, very exciting missions are awaiting us, and we are having a mission called Aditya, which can be used for studying of the sun. We have Chandrayaan 3 mission, which will be going as a follow-up of the Chandrayaan 2 mission, and we have a Gaganyaan program for demonstrating human spaceflight capabilities at the low Earth orbit, and a lot of experimental studies are going on. The activities are in a very advanced stage. When you do certain development for all these flights, we develop many new technologies with respect to the materials, with respect to propulsion system, with respect to control and navigation systems, sensors, and so many things. And these are all not only meant for spaceflight related requirement, this can be used very purposely for many common man needs. Recognizing these capabilities, many nationals or foreign countries are approaching us for launching requirements, and to meet this increased demand of the launch, there is a huge requirement of ISRO is encouraging, and the Government of India is encouraging to have active participation from the industry. It is very apt that today we have executive director from BHEL as industry partner here to among with us. Actually, this to meet this new requirement, lot of new technologies are required. New startups are coming up with a different technology. They are encouraged to even have their own launch vehicles, and they are encouraged to even operationalize the existing launch vehicle. Such a impetus is given by the Government of India to the private industry to participate. And also, we have a very good interaction both with academia as well as with industry to realize this launch vehicle. An organization like ISRO, where it is a multidisciplinary activities are going on, it is just not possible to do everything by Team ISRO itself. There are many industries, many components, many materials, many propulsion system, many control navigation, instrumentation system. So many systems are coming from industry, and they are all assembled at our place, and then it is the missions are accomplished. But the future is going to be very exciting for the industry, as they need to, and the Government of India is expecting, and ISRO is expecting to take up the total operational responsibilities of the proven vehicles, and in that sense they are expected to realize the whole system as a whole, and then bring and launch at Sriharikota soil. So industry needs to have a very, very active participation in the coming years. And also the academia, we have very, very good interaction with various educational institutions to overcome the challenges we face while developing the technologies. And a lot of response programs are there, wherein we interact with the industry to develop various kinds of technologies required for both launch vehicle as well as for the satellite. And ISRO is always having a special place for the students, and we have designed, and we are having a young scientist program wherein young students were called upon, and they were given training, and the introduction to the space technology, and they are given training, and they are taken to various ISRO centers and given training for them to harness their interest. And also the ISRO is always encouraging students to develop their own satellite, and for very scientific mission purposes, and we launch them in our launch vehicles as a piggyback payloads. So with this background, the theme of this program, this particular year's Space Week is titled as Space and Sustainability. What is sustainability? Sustainable development is the one that meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the needs of the future needs. That means, okay, we understand about this issue on earth. That is, we have the over exploitation of the natural resources led to a lot of issues with respect to climate change, with respect to biodiversity, management of the natural resources, land mass, and all those things. But when you look at the space, what is the need of sustainability? Such a huge space is there. Why this type of topic is given at this stage? If you know, there are very critical orbits are there in the space. That is the low Earth orbit, which is around 300 to 1000 kilometers for remote sensing and communication purposes, and also we have a geosynchronous orbit at 36,000 kilometers. These are all the very critical orbits wherein lot of satellites are there, and not only that, a lot of debris are generated during this type of launching related activities. And it is very important that we properly carry out these activities such that the space is continuously available for the future generations, so that the present day needs are always there. Nowadays, without a space asset, without the space assets availability, we cannot communicate, we cannot have broadcasting capabilities, we cannot talk about weather. So, for everyday needs of the human being, the space assets have become very, very critical. So, we need to preserve this particular space area very, very in a proper way to see that they are all available for our future needs. And to emphasize this requirement and also to showcase the ISRO's capabilities, our team from SDSC SHAR have come here with a lot of display materials, visuals and models to educate the young students and also to inspire you to take up interest in this area of this one. It is not that the opportunities are very, very huge in for the young students, not only in ISRO. As I told, many startups are coming, many industries are going to participate. It is hundreds of billions of dollars. It is industry. So I request, not that only aerodynamic engineer or aeronautic engineer or avionics person only need to be available in the ISRO. All branches of engineering are used in ISRO's various places. So I request the students to use this opportunity and spread this message of space to all the other common people and encourage them to be active participants in this program. And I once again thank Chancellor and the Chief Guest for being with us and making this program to happen here. And thank you once again. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir, for your informative words.
On this auspicious occasion, we have with us Chancellor of VIT, Honorable Dr. G. Vishwanathan, sir.
Under sir's able guidance and visionary leadership, VIT has seen tremendous growth and progress. Due to his efforts, VIT is now ranked among the top 601 to 700 universities and the world and among the top 3 institutions in India, according to Shanghai ARWU ranking 2022.
It is with great privilege that we call upon our respected Chancellor, sir, to deliver the presidential address.
Our chief guest of today, Mr. Rajiv Singh, Executive Director, BHL Ronipet, for the World Space Week conducted by Satish, Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, and our guest of honor, Deputy Director of the Center, Mr. Ram Kumar, Chairman of the World Space Week Committee, our Vice President, Mr. Shankar and Mr. Selvam, the Chief Education Officer of the district, Mr. Manusamy, Pro-Vice Chancellor Dr. Narayanan, Registrar Dr. Jayabharati, other officers Mr. Balasubramaniam and others from Sriharikota, professors, invitees, members of the press and media, and my dear students. Very good morning to you. At the outset, let me thank ISRO, particularly Satish Dhawan Space Center, Sriharikota, for having located this year to celebrate World Space Week and also the exhibition, which will be very useful to our students. And also I find the guest of honor is from Vandavasi, which I represented in Parliament for 10 years, from 1967 to 77. I am so happy that he hails from a small village near Vandavasi, and now he represents the Satish Dhawan Space Center. It means that once if you have education, you can achieve anything. That's what he has shown to all the students from rural areas. We have been competing with the developed countries in this. Normally, as Mr. Syed pointed out, it was United States and Soviet Union who were competing with each other in the space program, in sending satellites, going to Mars and trying to go to Moon, etc. But we never expected that a poor country can also compete. And now we are in the forefront thanks to some of our senior leaders like Vikram Sarabhai, Satish Dhawan and other senior leaders, and also political leadership like Pandit Nehru, who encouraged science and technology. Now we are one among the best countries in the world in space, and ultimately it should be beneficial to our economy and the economic development of the people. Whatever we do, as a student of economics, I always see what is the benefit to the society, to individuals, and to the country's economy. We are a growing nation. We are number 5 in the world as far as total GDP is concerned. But at the same time, when we go to per capita income, our ranking is 142 in the world. It means that we have to improve the lot of the individuals. The per capita income has to go up. And what is it that we can do to improve the individual economy? In fact, recently we have been reading news items that Election Commission is proposing to restrict the political parties about freebies, distribution of freebies, etc. That's only a temporary solution. Giving a free sari or a free dhoti, free mixie, free grinder, etc. is not going to improve your economy permanently. It's a temporary solution, of course, people get votes. But what is it that we can do? As I was hearing Mr. Syed Ahmed, they said this program is going to help agriculture, education, and many other fields which will see that the advancement takes place in the economy. That's what we want. Unfortunately, we don't have aerospace engineering here. Only in our campuses, only I think Bhopal has aerospace. Yes, only Bhopal has aerospace engineering. But any engineering will be very useful to this. And I would very much like our students to take interest in this since they have come all the way here. I want you to learn about this because ultimately this will help our economic growth. And also it will lead to the advancement in education also because they are trying to help in the various fields. And in that way, the ISRO is a very good organization. And some people used to say whether we can afford to spend so much money on space activities because we spend around maybe 15,000 to 20,000 crores a year. We can understand grown-up countries, advanced countries, where they need not fight poverty and ignorance, they can spend. Whether we can afford to spend so much money, ultimately we have to fight poverty and ignorance, and this will be also useful. This will be an instrument by which we can fight ignorance and poverty, we can reduce poverty. Ultimately, we have to get rid of poverty from this country. That's what ultimately I have been always advocating. It's only education which can do this, especially higher education and technical education. That's where I would insist that the government has to take care of these things. And I would like to thank our Satish Dhawan Space Center and all the officials under the leadership of Mr. Syed Ahmed for locating their Space Week here. And I would like to thank our Mr. Rajiv Singh, who is here very near us. BHL is a well-known organization, and it is helping the country. Throughout the country it is located, and Ranipet is one among the well-established BHL units, and I am happy that he has agreed to be the chief guest today. I would like to thank him for agreeing to this, and I am happy that all the students are participating, and it will be beneficial to you in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words.
We are also delighted to have with us our chief guest, Sri Rajiv Singh Ji, Executive Director, BHEL, Ranipet. Sir graduated in Mechanical Engineering from Maulana Azad College of Technology, Bhopal, and did his post-graduation in Financial Management from Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi. Sir joined BHEL's corporate office as a trainee in 1988 and later served in several key positions in various departments, including hydro turbine engineering, traction motor manufacturing, water turbine manufacturing, and many more. Sir was also the head of unit at BHEL's Heavy Plates and Vessels plant, Visakhapatnam, during the year 2018-19. Currently, he is heading BHEL's boiler auxiliaries plant at Ranipet.
We would now request our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Rajiv Singh Ji, to address the gathering.
Respected visionary leader and Chancellor of VIT, Dr. Vishwanathan, guest of honor, Shri Saeed Hamid, Deputy Director, SHAR, other dignitaries from VIT, ISRO, and Government Education Department, on the dais, dear students of VIT, professors and school children. At the outset, I like to congratulate ISRO, particularly SHAR and VIT management to conduct this exhibition. Basically this is a very good initiative by ISRO. If to spread the concept of, basically to spread science and technology, this year the theme is World Space Week, but basically science and technology they are promoting, and as soon as the concept, basically the student should concentrate on concept, just like we have seen Three Idiots film. It is the concept that matters. If you understand the concept, everything will fall in place. We should not be concentrate on rectifying. Basically, we should understand what is the logic behind that. Though India started very late in space technology, far later than the developed nations, but with the efforts of ISRO and other organizations, we are now at the top 5 in the world. This is a great achievement. Even in ancient times, I think India was the leader in ancient times also in science and technology, mathematics. We have heard about Pushpak Viman, Brahmastra. These things our forefathers knew in ancient India. We knew about all these things. In fact, we were the leader during ancient times. And now we are in the top 5. And with the so vast resource of science students, the day will come when India will be the leader, number 1 in the world. In fact, the space program and other activities in the USA, Indians are basically leading these activities. In fact, Indians were the first to understand the mathematical implication of zero and infinity. These are the very foundations on which modern space research and exploration is said to be based. Even Dr. Vikram Sarabhai emphasized the importance of a space program in his quote. There are some who question the relevance of space activities in a developing nation. To us, there is no ambiguity of purpose. We do not have the fantasy of competing with the economically advanced nations in the exploration of the moon or the planets or manned space flight. But we are convinced that if we are to play a meaningful role nationally and in the community of nations, we must be second to none in the application of advanced technologies to the real problems of man and society. In fact, former President of India, Shri Abdul Kalam, was also part of the SHAR committee working under Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. Dr. Kalam once said, "Look at the sky, we are not alone. The whole universe is friendly to us and conspires only to give the best to those who dream and work." With this, he inspired the future generations about the importance of science and space. I also want to share, when I was in final year of engineering, I was also selected for Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Trivandrum. But at the same time, I got the offer for BHL also. Since my father was working in BHL, I joined BHL. In fact, BHL also has a long association with ISRO. We have supplied several space-grade solar panels and space quality batteries to ISRO for use in their satellites. These panels are used to charge the batteries and provide electricity for various systems in the satellites. At BHL, we have dedicated group called Defense and Aerospace Business, which is working with our space agencies to explore the opportunities in the field of space. High precision machining of thin-walled titanium tanks carried out at BHL Ranipet unit. It has been a part of India's space missions including Chandrayaan-1, Mangalyaan and Chandrayaan-2. In fact, BHL is giving training to lot of students also, engineering students, diploma students and ITI also. Recently, we have started under the Ministry of Heavy Industry a program to train the welders. Basically, our Ministry of Heavy Industry has planned every year we have to train 1,000 welders. So, in Ranipet also we have started, already 5 booths we have started for training the welders. Coming to this World Space Week celebration, our very own Satish Dhawan Space Center SHAR, Sriharikota, the spaceport of India, has a legacy of motivating our students and young space enthusiasts towards space exploration through their extensive outreach programs every year. In fact, by rotation, they are choosing different areas. It is a very good initiative. I request our bright young minds to make full use of this opportunity and learn and explore more about our universe and space. Once again, I thank the organizers from VIT and ISRO for such a great event and wish All the best to our scientists at ISRO for brightening India's name like stars in the sky, and our future scientists who are sitting in front. With this, I declare World Space Week 2022 at Vellore inaugurated. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your motivating words, inaugural address.
Space exploration was never one man's job. It was always the collaborative efforts of our scientists and other visionaries that brought us this far ahead in the race. Similarly, this event is also a collaborative effort of all space enthusiasts and the teachers.
With this, we would like to call Mr. G. Balasubramaniam from Sriharikota Space Center, Satish Dhawan, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Balasubramanian, a member of the World Space Week Organizing Committee, Vellore. First of all, I am thankful to Almighty for giving us courage and spirit to arrange this glorified event. His blessing has tuned this event into a grand success. It is my honor and privilege to deliver a vote of thanks to all those who helped make this inaugural function in a grand way. On behalf of the organizing committee, I am placing it record of a sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Sri Rajiv Singh, Executive Director, BHL Ranipet, who has spared time from his busiest schedule to grace the occasion. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events as well. Thank you, sir. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed guest of honor, Sri A. Syed Hamid Mannin Maindan, outstanding scientist, Deputy Director, WALF SDSC SHAR, who is accepting our invitation and make his presence and address the gathering in spite of his busy scheduled launch activities at Sriharikota. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to thank Dr. G. Vishwanathan, sir, Chancellor, VIT Vellore, who has blessed us with his presence. You have enlightened us with your wonderful presidential address. Thank you so much, sir. I am also very much thankful to Sri Shankar Vishwanathan, sir, Dr. Shekhar Vishwanathan, sir, and Sri G.V. Shelvam, sir, Vice Presidents, VIT Vellore. I thank Dr. Rambabu Kodali, sir, Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Narayanan, sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. T. Jayabharati, Registrar, who have shown the keen interest of conducting this event here at VIT Vellore. My heartfelt thanks to Sri K. Muniswamy, sir, Chief Educational Officer, Vellore, and his dedicated team of people who has made very sincere and honest effort of bringing students from various schools, even though this week falls under complete holidays, both in the form of quarterly examination as well as Dasara. Thank you very much, sir. My sincere thanks to Sri R. Ramkumar, Chairman, World Space Week Subcommittee, Vellore, who has guided in front in all aspects to conduct this event in a grand manner. I thank Sri M. Sandil Kumar, Assistant Director, Student Welfare, and Dr. Naiju, Director, Student Welfare, with their entire team, have made this event even more graceful and glorified. Such a big event was not possible without their keen efforts. They really put their zeal and zest to make all the preparations. Thank you very much, sirs. Last but not the least, I sincerely thank my dear colleagues who had put untired effort to make the event more meaningful. All the team members from VIT connected via different clubs and their in charges, all the technical staff, a team of photography and video, press and media, and all my dear lovable students. At last, once again a warm thanks to all the people in this hall for making this event a grand success. Have a great World Space Week days again. This celebration would not be possible without your efforts. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Valga Bharadam, வளர்ந்த இவையகம் செழிக்க. ஜெய்ஹிந்த்.
Now I kindly request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I request everyone to be kindly seated. We would now request our esteemed guests to proceed to CS Hall for the inauguration of Space Exhibition.